Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. So, today I'm here with another video, and today we're going to talk about men's health. Again, it is November, which is No Shave November, or Movember for the men. No Shave November is about bringing awareness to cancer. And for the month of November, you're supposed to, if you're doing the no shave thing, from my understanding, you're supposed to talk about health. More so men's health, because that's something that's not talked about often. And that's something that, needs to get talked about more and more, because not only do we have to worry about young females getting things or learning about things, we also have young men, young males that's out there that need to know about certain things dealing with their health as they get older and how to handle it. So some of the things that men health and what people talk about far as men health, or what they choose to not talk about. Some of the things would be depression, suicide, prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and collateral cancer. Some of the statistics, based on a year, I'm guessing this is throughout the world. You have 450,000, 450,000 men die of cardiovascular disease, according to the CDC each year. According to the Men's Health Resource Center, more than 700,000 men are diagnosed with a type of cancer, and 300,000 of those cases will result in death. According to cancer.org, 230,000 men are diagnosed with prostate cancer, and is the second leading cause of death in men. More than 60% of adult American men are overweight or obese, and that's according to the National Institutes of Health. I have stuff written down that I did research on, because again, from my understanding, you're supposed to talk about men's health during the month of November. So that's what we're here to do. Understand I'm not a man, and I understand that I may not be able to speak on a lot of the things, but I can be a comforter. I can be a listening ear, or someone to, be of motivation. So, but back to continue my research. All right, so as I looked up all the information, it says men don't make health a topic of discussion. Only 3 out of 5 men get annual physicals, and over 40% of men only go to the doctor when they think they have a serious condition. And I can believe that to be true, because not just men, but a lot of people don't like going to the doctor. Like, I'm someone who don't necessarily like going to the doctor, so I can understand, like, it's not a comforting feeling to go listen to somebody and tell you that something wrong, but sometimes you have to. When you're dealing with certain type of cancers and certain type of illnesses in your body, it's like it may be a good thing to go to the doctor. But again, I can't fault you for not going, because I don't like to go. Like, that's something that I'm working on, is going to the doctor. And apparently, more men need to go to the doctor. Okay, so June, out of every year, June is actually Men's Health Month. I'll leave all of my websites that I found everything on in the description box. But again, from the research that I found, June has become Men's Health Month. So I'm guessing June is a month that we all need to be promoting a healthy male lifestyle. Like, we should talk about depression and suicide. And I think it's time. I know I said it's time to bring awareness to women having hair on their face, but apparently I'm late to the game. But as I was doing this research, it's like I think it is important that we do talk about men's health, because a lot of men are stubborn, and a lot of men don't like going to the doctor. because of they don't want to hear negative results. The purpose. June is Men's Health Month. The purpose of Men's Health Month is to heighten the awareness of preventable health problems and encourage early detection and treatment of disease among both men and boys. So, what I'm going to try to do, if I can stay on top of my things, is every year in June and November, I'll try to bring awareness to men's health because I like my man. I love y'all. I know I probably look like one right now with all this hair, but we gonna get it together, okay? We gonna do this. You got somebody in your corner now. November is Cancer Awareness Month. So in November, like I stated in a previous video, the No Shave November is about bringing awareness to cancer. The type of cancers that we talk about in men is prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and collateral cancer. Collateral cancer, from my understanding, is colon cancer. But that's a lot of stuff that's some of the things that don't get talked about or don't get recognized because men don't talk about it. And I can honestly say that I know it's not a topic of discussion because who really wants to go around a group of friends and take your beer time, your alcohol time, your cigarette time, whatever, and say, hey man, we gotta talk about our body parts. Nobody wants to do that. Like, a lot of men out here married and don't even want to talk about it with their wives, and their wives be trying to push them, their girlfriends, come on boo, take care of yourself, come on, but it's depressing. It's depressing going to the doctor to hear a negative result. Like, you think you living fine, and you go to the doctor and they tell you, oh no, Mr. John or Mr. James or Miss Johnson or Miss Jones, such. So we got to put you on this. Like, a lot of people, not just men, a lot of people don't like taking medication. A lot of people, me for example, I don't like taking pills, but if I know I have to, then I might just suck it up and do it. But most of the time, nah. Anyway, so some of the things that need to be talked about. Some of the things that I wrote down that needs to be talked about is PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. And I can honestly say that may be a strong one. PTSD, depression, and suicide. All that has to do with mental health. That has to do with being able to express yourself freely. And I understand that a lot of men are not openly emotional. A lot of men don't know how to express their emotions without being pointed out as being soft. Most men, from my experience or my understanding, is you got to put on this hard demeanor. Like, you got to put on this persona as, I'm a rock, I'm tough and unbreakable. And if you can't do that, you're presumed to be soft or gay or fruity or whatever. So I can understand why men choose to overskip those topics because of the personas that's been made in the world altogether, or the characteristics that's been put out there as what a man is and what a man shouldn't be, and what a woman is and what a woman shouldn't be. And it's not fair because the world is changing. So even though the world is changing, it's like men still don't have a real outlet. Something else, more things we should talk about more on the health side, like physical health. We need to start talking about, with men, like blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, colorectal cancer or colon cancer, lipid disorders, STDs, abnormal aortic aneurysms, getting annual exams, taking medication, vaccines, and inoculations, healthy eating, and exercising. Now, out of this, it's only a few things that I personally can talk about, like far as the depression. I lived a depressed life my whole life. So I know what it's like to want to express yourself but not having the proper people to express yourself, because you always worried about what that person gonna say or what that person think. Like, no matter if you known that person your whole life, no matter if you grew up with that person, including your parents, it's not easy always being able to express yourself. And I totally understand that, because I'm a loner. I like to stay by myself. Don't get me wrong, I like to have friends and I like to be around people, but I'm mostly by myself. Like, I currently don't have many friends. I have people I'm connected to, but I don't have friends. And it's hard. It's depressing. Living life on your own, wanting to be able to talk, but you can't. Suicide, I tried to kill myself many times. I think about it more often than I probably should. I can't say today that I want to kill myself, because I don't have a suicidal mentality. Like with suicide, like when people get real depressed, that's when suicide comes in, and when men go through certain things, they tend to shut down instead of opening up. And a lot of times when you shut down, you hold stuff in for so long that your next thought is suicide, because you feel as though that you just want to take all the pain away. Like, you don't necessarily think about the people that it affect when you ended your own life, because you are trying to make yourself happy. You are trying to end whatever pain that you're going through so that you don't have to deal with it. But when you kill yourself, you leave it for other people to deal with. And I've never called a suicide hotline, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're there for. To help you or whomever else get off that bridge that you trying to jump off, or for my sake, stop cutting yourself. Like me, if I really wanted to kill myself, I know how to do it, but I'm not gonna do it, because that'll be taken away from all the people that I could help. Type 2 diabetes, the doctor, I don't think I have diabetes, but with the obesity, I am overweight for my height. I'm not even gonna say my age, it's more so my height that I'm overweight for. So the results in testing online and the doctor and everything say, like, so. But that, again, that's something that comes from being depressed, because when you down, you try to find things that bring you up, and for me, it is food. Like, for a lot of people, it's food. It could be candy, it could be sweets, it could be coffee, like, it could be anything. But for me, like I say, it's food. And my problem is, it's not that I eat too much, I don't eat enough. Like, I get up and I go through my day and living life, or what I think or presume to be life is, and I'm not eating. Why? Because that's not on my mind. Why? Because all the worries of the world is on my mind. Like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta pay this bill, I gotta go here, I gotta go there. Oh, I just want to go to sleep. And most of the time I'm asleep. Like, either I'm at work 10, 12 hours out of the day, then I'm home and I'm sleeping. That is a depressing ass lifestyle, okay? Just go home and just to go to work and then just come back home just to have nothing to do. Yeah, all you do is eating. And then when people, you get sad, you want your ice cream bar, it's right there. You want that burger, you going to buy it, Like, it's a lot of things. And I just want any man that watch this to know, like, you're not going through it alone. Even though you may feel like you are, you're not. Because there's somebody out here that's going through it too, And like, let's see, something else, vaccines. I can't sit here and say I recommend everybody to get a vaccine, because after a certain age, I feel like it should be your choice. You know, like, I can't say as you get older you need more, because I'm not at the age to say that yes, as you get older you should be getting your vaccines again. I'm at an age where I feel like if I don't want it, I'm not getting it. Like, as a child, I can understand you having your child get certain vaccines because they have to go to schools, they have to go to daycare, they have to go this place and that place, and you don't necessarily want to take time out of your job, just because your child is sick. Like, sometimes you have to, but if it can be prevented, why not prevent it? It's the same thing as an adult, if it can be, excuse me, if it could be prevented, why not prevent it? But at the same time, it's like, in my mind, there's ways around it. I'm not going to go into the whole flu and COVID-19 thing, because that's for another day. And I don't have all the facts on that, and I'm just saying I'm against it. Like, I watched my mom take the flu vaccine when they first introduced the flu vaccine. I watched my mom, and I watched the results of my mom. That's why I don't get vaccines as an adult, because what they're doing, in my personal opinion, what they're doing is they're giving you the sickness. Regardless if you get sick or you don't get sick, they're giving you the sickness to say, yes, my body knows how to fight this off for the future. Now, if you never had it, how do you know that what you're getting is going to help fight it? How do you know that what you're getting is not going to give it to you and continuously give it to you? Like, for example, for the flu shot, plenty of people say, oh, I get the flu shot and I get sick every time. Like, it don't click in your head to stop getting the flu shot. It's supposed to help me fight it. How are you fighting something when you're getting sick from it? I don't get it. But again, that's just my opinion. The healthy eating and exercising, fellas, I'm with you. Okay? Because I just started. I just started eating healthy, and I just started exercising. Just like I said, I was only eating once a day. Me eating once a day, it makes me gain weight. And I can honestly say that because earlier this year, I began working out, I began exercising, and I began eating a whole lot healthier than what I was. And I lost weight. I lost a lot of weight. Like, I lost 30 or 40 pounds, like, honestly. And then recently, something happened, a situation happened, and I slowly started trending down. At first I was eating 3-4 times a day, enough to keep my body active while I was working, enough to keep, the headaches down, the migraines down, the nausea down, and all of that. But then something happened, and I relapsed, I guess. I don't know. But I went back to eating once a day and only sleeping and working. And over 2 months I gained 10 pounds back. Like, so now I'm in the process of trying to get back on track with my eating and my exercising, because clearly eating healthy and exercising regularly helps with a lot of stuff. Again, I understand most men don't like it. Like, I get it. I can connect with you on that level, because I don't like it neither. But sometimes we gotta do what we don't like to get further in life. Sometimes we have to do the unthinkable, do what makes us uncomfortable just to get comfortable, just to live a regular lifestyle. And honestly, in my personal opinion, I feel like that if men had other men that was to talk about it, to like force it out of them to talk about, I feel like it would be something to talk about. Or even if they had a woman that they was comfortable enough to sit down and discuss it with, that could sort of kind of ease the pain, I feel like they would do it. Like, nothing is easy. Okay, nothing. But it's something that we have to it's something that we should bring awareness to. Like, if you know a man, like if you're a woman and you watch this, or even other men, if you know somebody out there that don't take care of their health, be that bug in their ear and say, come on, baby, it's time to take care of it. Even if they not your spouse, even if they not your husband, your friend, say, sweetheart, come on, let's talk. Be that listening ear. You know, everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs a time to cry and release. And I know some men gonna look at this like, I'm not crying. You might need to. You might need to let it out. It might open up another door that you don't realize need to be open. But that's a story for another day. So we're gonna leave that. Back to the so some of the type of cancers that's most common in men. You have prostate cancer, bladder cancer, melanoma, colorectal cancer, lung cancer, testicular cancer, and pancreatic cancer. Those are the type of cancers in men, and some of them are deadly, some of them aren't, you know. Prostate cancer. Prostate cancer is the second most common cause of cancer-related deaths in men. It's been 34,000 so far this year. Lung cancer deaths in men outrank prostate cancer deaths based on the survival rate of the two. Most men are diagnosed before symptoms appear. So earlier I said that in a year's where it go? Throughout a year, you know, more than 700,000 men are diagnosed with a type of cancer each year. You know, and out of that, 300,000 of these causes will result in death. Now, so far this year, 34,000 men have died from prostate cancer. And probably twice, I'm not sure, but twice as many probably has died this year for lung cancer. Colorectal cancer, meaning all cancers of the colon and rectum combined, are the third leading cause of cancer death in men. Colon cancer screening may detect early cancers. So colorectal cancer is all of the cancers of the colon and the rectum combined. Colorectal cancer is the third leading cause of cancer death in men. Colon cancer screening may detect early cancers. The screening is called a colonoscopy. The screening test accomplishes two things. It helps prevent colon cancer and is an early detection of disease when it is in its earliest stages. Something that women have to get is called a biopsy. And a biopsy is something that is done on women to test part of the uterus. And in the uterus, you know, women can get cancer in their uterus, and a biopsy is done, and it can detect early signs or early stages of cancer in women. I've had a biopsy done. It's not fun. Far as testicular cancer, fewer than 20,000 cases per year. Now, when I was looking up testicular cancer, it made me uncomfortable. So I'm not going to talk about it, you know. But that's something you guys definitely need to figure out, but get tested for. Testicular cancer requires a medical diagnosis. Symptoms include a lump in either testicle and a feeling of heaviness on the scrotum. Treatments depends on stage. Yeah, so I'm gonna let you guys handle that part. In the description, I will put all of the websites that I found all the information on. I apologize in advance if any of them does not work. But that's what I have for men's health, and I honestly think that I would like to be an outlet for men to give them a way to express themselves. Like I would like to ease the pain. Like I'm always trying to be there for somebody else. So I would like to ease the pain of men, and I think that I will be doing a lot more talking about men's health and helping out men, because we always see videos. Well, I always see videos about women and what women go through, but you very rarely see what a man go through. You always see men getting dressed up and putting on wigs and talking about women and stuff, and you always see women talk about, oh, this man this and this man that and this man did this and this man that. But I think it's time that we start embracing our men and making our men feel more loved, because we do enough to make women feel loved. We do a whole lot. So now it's time to step it up for the men around the world. Again, I'm always late to the party. Last to show up, the first one to leave. So this time I'm here to stay. I'm here. I got you covered, baby.